Hey Crock Posse, Aunt Lou here, and today we are going to be making creamy crock-pot smoked sausage spaghetti, all while having a whole lot of fun. Hey Crock Posse, Aunt Lou here, and today we are going to be making creamy crock-pot smoked sausage spaghetti. So what we're going to need for this is a 6-quart crock-pot and a 16-ounce box. Yes, that's what spaghetti comes in, box. 16-ounce box of spaghetti cooked al dente. So you don't want to cook it all the way through. You just want to cook it al dente so it's still kind of chewy. You wouldn't really want to eat it that way because it's going to cook for just a little bit. There's not a lot of liquid in this recipe, so it's not like it's going to overcook it, but you don't want it fully cooked before you put it in here. You're also going to need a can of cream of chicken, a can of cream of mushroom, some black pepper, some celery salt, 4 to 6, depending on how much you like green onions sliced up, 16 ounces of Velveeta. I forget what the technical term is for it, but every time I use the technical term and I don't say Velveeta, then people are like, what's that? So anyway, Velveeta or knockoff brand, we actually use a knockoff brand that we really love. And so we're going to cube that up. You got 2 cups of chicken broth and then 2 packages of smoked sausage. So let's get to it. So we're going to just put everything in here. So first I'm going to dump in my al dente spaghetti. Then I'm going to put in my soups. Now if you want, you could actually use your chicken broth to kind of rinse out your cans and put it in there, but I'm just going to scoop them out today. But Mama likes to put some broth in there and swirl it around and get all of that goodness out. So that is also an option since we're using chicken broth and soups together in this recipe. Alright, and then we're going to do 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper. And 1/8 of a teaspoon of celery salt. And then we're going to, while my pasta was cooking up, I went ahead and cut up my green onions. I'm going to throw those in, and then also 2 cups of chicken broth. All right, there's 1 and 2. Now, for my cheese, I generally like to use a butter knife. I don't know, for me it just works better, but I was going to show you guys how I do this. So to cube up cheese, I keep it in a big block and I just cut it, and then I keep it all together and I cut it again. Oop. And then I cut it again. So that makes it into cubes, but it makes it pretty quick, and so then I just peel the little cubes apart and throw them on in. Now normally I would just leave the whole 16-ounce together, but I actually, from other recipes, had about 8 ounces left over from in 2 different boxes from previous recipes. So I was like, why buy another box of cheese whenever I can just use what I have in my house? So here we go. Okay, so we've got our cheese in. Now I'm going to use one of my sharp knives and cut up my sausage. And so I just take the 2 out of the package and keep them side by side and just cut these up. Pretty simple. Just gonna throw those in. One's trying to get away. Alright, so now that we've got everything in there, we're just going to take and we are going to stir this all together. And after we get this all stirred up, you are going to cover and cook it for 2 to 3 hours on low. I would say if you need to cook it on high, I haven't actually tried that. Maybe I'll give that a try today and test that out for you guys. But I know 2 to 3 hours on low works. You are going to want to stir this just because with the cheese cubes in there, you're going to want to get that melted in. Or as it melts, you're going to want to get it stirred in and everything. I generally try to make sure whenever I'm cooking with any kind of cube cheese, be it Velveeta or cream cheese or whatever, I try not to let the top layer of things have that cheese right against the side, because that's where you tend to get it like browned up and stuck to the side, and so nobody wants that. So I generally just try to make sure, at least on that top layer, I know down below you can't really see what's going on, but at least it's more down in the liquid and stuff. So I'm going to cover and cook this on low for 2 to 3 hours, or on high for about hour and a half, depending on your crock pot. And we will be back in 3, 2, and we're back. And so it did take about an hour and a half. I just stirred it and it looks amazing. So let's give it a try. I'm gonna give it one more final stir here. It's super creamy and looks super yummy. And then if you want, you don't have to, but if you want, just give it a little sprinkle of Parmesan cheese. Let's see it. So you can see how creamy that is with the noodles. You can see, I don't know if you can see, I can see. Can you see? The green onion in there. We got some sausage. Let's try it. I forgot to turn my phone on vibrate. Imagine that, right? So good. It is just straight up comfort food, and it's creamy. You got the nice seasoning of the sausage, and it just all works together to be this like wonderful, flavorful dish. Like, highly recommend it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up down below. If you haven't become a member of our Crock Posse, hit the subscribe button down below. And if you'd like to know every single time that we post a video, hit the little bell called the ding-a-ling. And no matter what you do, laugh often, eat good food, and speak live. Bye, guys. I can't snap. My fingers are just, yeah, they're not working.
If you want to see the latest, click on the left right here. If you feel like subscribing, click on the right, my dear. And if you think we're funny enough to send us money, click the Patreon link below.